The concept of open society is based on the recognition that our understanding of the world is inherently imperfect. Those who claim to be in possession of the ultimate truth are making a false claim, and they can enforce it only by imposing their views on those who differ. The result of such intimidation is a closed society in which freedom of thought and expression is suppressed. By contrast, if we recognize our fallibility, we gain a better understanding of reality without ever attaining perfect knowledge. Acting on that understanding, we can create a society that is open to never-ending improvement. Open society falls short of perfection, but it has the great merit of assuring freedom of thought and speech and giving ample scope to experimentation and creativity. And that comes to you by George Soros, Open Society Reforming Global Capitalism. In response, but when we examine the character traits of a thinker instead of the truth of his thought, we open up a Pandora's box of prejudices that make it virtually impossible for us to be rational at all. Once our prejudices are released, it makes little difference what anyone says or does. Instead of appealing to reason, we give ourselves over to emotion. We know in advance that whatever certain people say or do is right, and whatever certain others say or do is wrong. Some people equate this sort of thing with criticism because it so often leads to condemnation, but it has nothing to do with criticism in my sense. It is on the contrary magic. If there is just one thing that people who want to preserve open society should learn, it is that the traits of a thinker have no implications for the truth of his thought. And that comes to you courtesy of Mark Amadeus Noturno, Education for an Open Society, and can be found in Science and the Open Society, the Future of Karl Popper's Philosophy. I am not tribal. Anyone can have good thoughts. George is right in this excerpt. I feel outside of this excerpt, George gets carried away in a harmful way. It doesn't mean this is wrong. For me, there is a concept of heaven where faithful to God are still learning, still practicing. Few, if any, die knowing it all. So, is heaven then an open society as George would have it? We reach nub when we discuss truth. An open society is an ideal for which we should aim, but not at the destruction of truth. George seems to want to go down a side road of good intentions and actively legislate for openness, removing truth barriers to his vision.